Hello and welcome back. This is part 2 on how to change your tub shower over to a walk-in shower. I'm How To Bob, and you can see what we got done on day 1 or part 1 of this series here. We've got the whole floor cleared out, the tub removed, and we cleaned up a little bit around the toilet, had a little leakage. We cut down the subfloor a little bit around the vanity that's going to stay. And you can see here we have a problem. We have a hole where the drain was for the tub. So what we're going to do is take a board and put it across the back here and screw it underneath. And I've got one here that I cut out a notch where the new drain for the shower is going to go. So I'll put that into place and then I'll screw it in. Now I'm going to have to make the floor level, so I got a piece of 3/4 inch OSB and cut a notch in it, and so I'm going to screw that into place, and the floor is good to go underneath the shower. Now with the old tub that was in here, the shower walls were out a little bit from the studs, so I need to move the faucet back a little bit so that the pipes are recessed behind the studs. So we take the existing stud and move it back, and you can see that the pipes are behind the studs. And since we're going to come in with just a shower, we're going to cap off the tub spout here, just solder a cap onto our 1/2 inch pipe there. And then I can take my valve body here and screw it in. Now you can see I've caulked around the cracks and I've got my pipes all straightened up, so it's time to put the curb on. And I use a little liquid nail or some construction adhesive, and I've got it marked where I want it to go. So I tap it into place and make sure I get it all lined up and square. And you can see I have a little line that I drew right there. I want my drain and my faucet to be in the center between the wall and the curb, so I go ahead and check that, and then I can put my curb down with some screws. Next I'm going to take another 2x4 and stack it on there after I put some construction adhesive and screw that one down. And after that I come back with a third 2x4, put some construction adhesive on there and screw that down. And I'll put like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 screws all the way across, and you see we have our base here. Now the next issue I have, you see the electric wire running up here? That's where I'm going to put my niche. Now I can't do that with the wire, so I reroute the wire over to the side and I make some cuts here in my stud, and then I can pry the stud out. And there's only one screw that's holding it in from the drywall on the other side, and you may have to patch if you do any damage, but in this case it didn't cause any damage. So I've got my niche framed out here. I'm going to slide it in my cutout, and then I'll check the level, make a little bit of an adjustment here to make sure it's level, and then screw my niche into the existing studs on the side, and then I'll put some blocks on the right hand side where the wire is, and I'll screw those in. Well, next I want to build up a partial wall. You can see on the long part of the wall there's a little bit of a curb built up, so there's voids here that I want to fill in. So I've got a few pieces of 2x4 that I'm going to just wedge in between here on each little section that doesn't have any support, and I'll need that for my pitch and part of my shower base. And I'll just go around. Now I'm at the front here, and I got a piece here that I cut, and one more little piece on the other side of my plumbing. It goes right here, and all that's left to do in that is to screw all these little pieces in. And I want to make sure that they are flush with the studs also. Next I'm going to start working on the floor outside of the shower. So I've taken my Wonder board or backer board and set a piece of the tile that I'm going to use on top of it so I have the correct height, and I'm going to cut down my casing moldings around the door. And you can see I take a little piece out here and one more cut here, and I want to do both sides of the door so that I can slide my board underneath it. Next I want to make sure I get a good clean up here because I'm going to put my mortar down right before I put down my cement board. So I want to smear my mortar down with a trowel. I've got my cement board cut to fit around the door frame, and it just slides into place. Next thing I'm going to do is come in with my sheetrock screws, and I put one every 8 to 10 inches. I've got my second sheet here, and I'm going to go ahead and start screwing that one down. And my third sheet is around the toilet. I've got that one cut. So I'll go ahead and screw that one down, and that'll complete part 2. Check back again for part 3. Thanks for watching.